I am Chris Gaylor.
And I'm Amber Fast Funkajin Cosplay, and today we are back again with you guys with Viking Episode 17, Season 5.
What we dreaded happened last episode.
Aethelred is dead, killed by his own mother.
I really feel bad for my reaction. Like I expected to be angry. I did not expect to feel so weird about what was going on, but I do feel angry. Like, I do think that Judith went too far, and the way it happened was horrible.
I wasn't expecting to cry at his death, but it kind of grew on me, you know?
I liked him, you know, like his dad. Like, I did not expect to, but he grew on me, and I like the guy.
Still a bit of that than be stung by a bee.
And he's been trying so hard to prove himself and others that he actually switched sides, and he went back to Aelfred, and then...
Did he really switch side though? Wait,
his wife...
Smirk or face...
His wife was laughing at the idea of Aelfred dying and having Aethelred become the king, so... And I think that, weirdly enough, she could be pregnant. Like, we saw them go at it, so maybe she's pregnant, and that's gonna lead to problems. Because that's the history in Europe, you know? You've got a king, then you've got a brother somewhere who's got kids, and eventually it might not happen right away, but down the line you always have a descendant who says that his dad was the rightful king, so he should be too, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. And in this case, it's even worse because Aethelred was the firstborn. So he was supposed to be king.
True. And
he wasn't. And now he's been murdered, so people are not gonna be happy, and we'll see how everyone reacts.
Well, Judith might say that, oh, he died by food poisoning.
Sure. Anyway, with blood in his eyes, you know, dripping and stuff.
That wouldn't be a lie, you know, food poisoning.
On a more happier note, they got not the settlement, but they got the land that they were promised.
Finally!
Ragnar's dream is a
thing. It's been like 5 seasons!
Yeah, it's a thing, and Ubbe is staying there, taking care of everything. Bjorn is teaming up with Harold to fight Ivar and get Kattegat. Hvitserk is interested in Buddhism. Yeah. It's interesting. And Floki is on his way to help the family he cast out because they're sick.
Please let it be a trap.
Yeah, because they're going through some shit now. Like, these are not good conditions.
No.
And every time they've tried to give him a chance, they've been betrayed. So let's hope that this time it works.
Alright.
Okay, episode 17.
Yep, let's watch it, guys.
Let's go. At least he's awake. Oof. Does he know what's going on?
I don't think so.
Look, he's come back to us.
And to this.
Who are you burying in such fine style?
Oh, he doesn't even know.
Your brother.
I'm gonna cry again.
Like, this hurts me more. His reaction to it. Please, I want him to get rid of Judith.
How did he die?
No one knows. It was so sudden. One moment he was well, and then he collapsed. And it was terrible.
Fucking bitch. Don't believe her.
I don't believe this.
Thank God you've recovered. We were so scared to lose the both of you.
Hail and farewell, my brother.
I swear to God, I want him to figure it out and do something about it. She's too dangerous.
Come, you see how I am? Come. Thank you. Floki was right. We have all changed.
This is happening so fast, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't seem that he changed so much.
Well, I don't know.
I wish we had something to celebrate.
I don't know. It's like with Rollo, you know, I can't just trust them. Not after everything.
Yeah. Floki already gave him so much chances already.
My people, you are all welcome to the table. It is important to us that everyone here feels involved in the life of our great town. Canada has changed since my father's time. In those days, he knew everyone, and he was happy to share his power with those he knew and trusted. Of course, my father gave me this responsibility, and I ask you to trust me. We cannot allow everyone to vote on everything which affects our kingdom. We have a duty to protect it. I have a duty to protect it.
It sounds like he's turning this into a dictatorship.
So, we have to change the rules.
What rules?
You know how he's talking about how people used to vote for the future of the place, you know? They'd raise their hands and stuff.
What are you doing?
That's how it used to be.
Packing the things, my dear.
Because I will take care of you. No, what is truly important is to know who we are, and who is with us, and who is against us. And we know who we are, don't we? Yes, we do. So now it is time to find out those who threaten us. Maybe it is your neighbor.
Oh my goodness, putting distrust on his own man.
A family member. A brother. They talk about me. They whisper that I am the enemy. But of course, they are the enemy. They want to encourage our enemies to attack us and invade us. Is that what you want? Do you want me to protect you? Do you want me to destroy them? Yes!
The fudge, Ivar!
Yes!
I mean, you know, every time I see his flags and stuff, I have bad vibes of like World War II, Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And now he's giving this speech, and I'm like,
I had to deal with your brother.
She's saying?
My brother.
He confessed. And then he said he would never plot against you again, but I satisfied myself he was lying.
Oh, you believe what you wanted to believe.
As long as he was alive, I poisoned him. I killed one of my sons
Don't let that go.
to save the other. Can we talk now?
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
You have woken from a long sleep and seem to have forgotten that you're a king. You are behaving as if you were an ordinary person. You grieve as if you were an ordinary person. You show your feelings as if you were an ordinary person. But all of that must stop.
Kings and queens are still human beings.
Must not behave or have feelings like an ordinary person.
It sounds like she's describing herself, but you're not king, bitch!
Prepared to do the most
Sorry, I don't like her right now.
things against all.
Good, don't have feelings for your mother right now. Act like a king. Have her arrested. She murdered someone. Sorry, this is the anger.
I understand that as king and queen, you must appear strong to your people. But when you're in your private rooms, you can do the hell
Oh, for
you want,
sure.
I mean.
For sure. But her speech is probably true. but she applied it to herself. She is not in power. She doesn't have... It's not her duty or anything to do the things she did. But she acts like she can. She acts like she's queen. She's not.
You saw him.
So who?
Me too. He hates me. I ought to have him killed. If I can order the death of my own brother, then who else will dare stand against me?
Don't do it.
I think that would be a mistake. Ivar, you are a god. And a merciful god will always be more popular among the common people than a vengeful god, like Odin. Wouldn't you rather be loved than feared?
But love is not something that Ivar knows.
I don't know.
Hmm?
He's seeking it, but he doesn't know how to have it.
Or express it.
She created a beast who was already pretty intense. At least she's saying not to kill Hvitserk, so that's good. But with his delusions, like, he might still choose to do something terrible.
Why aren't you getting ready? We have to leave. Yes, Floki. We are ready.
What's going on?
Come on, you old witch. You're a witch and a murderess, and you deserve to die! What are you doing?
That's why he chose to come here?
Stop! This is madness! No, I have thought about this a long time, Floki. Please! I should have known you were more ambitious than me. My only ambition is revenge.
And we thought the betrayal was gonna come from them. Oh, shit.
The more it goes and the less people are
No
there.
one. No one is on his side. Like, no one... His dream is unachievable.
I've been thinking about you, my dear brother.
What have you been thinking?
I've been thinking that you can make yourself more useful to me. It concerns me that you live such an empty and idle life. After all, you're my brother and I love you.
So how could I make myself useful?
Go on a diplomatic trip to the Great Hall of King Olaf the Stout. Cement our alliance, help him prepare for springtime attacks on York and Wessex.
And if I refuse?
What is your name? Thor. It would be a pity if I had to burn her alive.
You wouldn't do that, brother. Now would you?
No. Not if you agree to leave Kattegat first thing in the morning.
Can't afford to have people around who don't believe his lies. Like, please tell me Aelfred is gonna do something.
What were you doing? Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter.
Was she looking at? Did you see something on her chest?
No.
I thought I saw something, but I didn't really.
Is she sick? Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Your father and your brother, they killed them all. They wanted revenge. And they had planned it a long time.
What about Helgi? No, please, surely they couldn't have killed him, please.
All of them. Helgi too. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Please, no, they couldn't
sorry.
have.
I should never have brought you all to this place. You didn't even really see the
came from a bad place and now he's gonna go right back to it.
We should get married.
Yes.
We will have lots of children. You won't be idle anymore.
Oh, I won't be idle, even before that. Believe me.
What do you mean?
It means that I've come to a decision. It has taken a long time, but I know it's the right choice.
What have you decided? Tell me, please.
I can't tell you. It would be too dangerous.
Shit.
Is it going to kill Ivar?
You think?
Oh my god.
I don't know. He's been staring at the Buddha for a while. Maybe that gave him an idea. But if it's dangerous, then it probably involves killing someone.
What is she doing?
I don't know. This could be bad. I feel really bad for him. I feel so bad for Floki. Oh. That was a chilling scene. Yeah.
You made. I'm gonna cry again.
Oh,
She was so sweet,
I
and she
know.
believes so much in Floki's dream of making a new world, a new chance at life. You know.
Of being close to the gods and, you know, living in a place where there would be no suffering, no hate, no anger.
And with the two families destroying each other, and now her father just destroyed everything that she could hope for. It's just. Oh my goodness.
And Floki's left behind, you know, with having... His dream was to allow people to live happily together, you know, with the gods, you know, in the land that he found. And all it did was bring suffering and death and pain, and he's just... Like, he can't... Before, you know, when the two families were going at each other's throats and some people died, there was still a chance for a future, because some people still kept, you know, saying, oh, we can forgive each other, we can, you know, move on. And just to be sure that there was not gonna be no vengeance anymore, no revenge, no death, he sent that family away, which I thought was harsh, but fair. You know, they kept fighting and everything. And the fact that he gave the choice to that other man, like, what, I forgot his name, but he gave this, you know, he chose to leave that decision up to the father. Do we go and help them, or do we leave them there? And he said, okay, we go and help them. That was his dream. Forgiveness, a chance, a hope for the future. And it turned out to be, you know, fake. Turned out to be, you know, a plot to kill them all. Because they never truly achieved that higher state of mind that Floki wished for. They
even ended up getting the son that wasn't even a part of the conspiracy.
I know. It was about...
He loved his daughter. He was against that. And he was... Technically, he wasn't even supposed to live in the first place when they banished them. But since they were family, everyone were banished. But
it's... And I mean, at the same time, I do understand, you know, they killed his daughter. It was his daughter, right? So they killed his daughter, and maybe not all of them were, you know, a part of this, but it's one family that's been fighting him over and over again. So I can understand why he snapped. The lie, though, I don't like at all. Like, they played with Floki. They gave him, you know, faith and hope for a better future, and they went there under the guise of...
They even gave the family hope to be saved too.
I know, he allowed the father to, you know, hug him, and he was genuinely happy to have them there, and that's why, like, I couldn't trust them, but to have them become the victims, I'm like, even them, like, at the end of the day, killing the pregnant woman, that was bullshit, like, that was bad. But I don't think all of them were not in on this. And the thing is, they started doing shit because of an actual fear that they had. You know, there was no food, there was no shelter. They panicked, and we gave them a lot of shit for that, which is why I agree that they should have been banished. But they did not deserve that. I don't think they deserve to be massacred like this. And it leaves more suffering, more pain, and the truly innocent, you know, people like Floki, people like her, they end up suffering more because they have no happiness, they gain no relief from what just went on, they just gain more pain. That's what's wrong with the cycle of revenge. It's like, it's never gonna stop, you know. They killed the son who had nothing to do with the death of his pregnant wife. But if they had left him alive, maybe he would have done something in the future to have revenge for his family. But and by killing him, they gave despair to their own daughter, who killed herself now, and that's gonna lead to more pain, more hurt, more suffering. So what are they gonna do next? I don't think Floki...
Everybody's gonna end up dead.
And I mean, I don't think Floki can try anymore. Like, after banishing the family, they were starting to go up, and he had faith. But I think after this, like, the person who truly was on his side and never faltered, who kept speaking up for him, is dead. Killed herself because she... You know, Floki was saying stuff like, did you ever really see the gods? Like, did you truly achieve that state of mind that I talked about? And she didn't answer. So she lost everything too. Like, she basically proved him that there were no gods here, only pain and suffering. So yeah, I don't think he can stay and have the future he dreamed of. What is he gonna do next though? I don't know.
I don't know, because there's still an Iceland there.
Oh, there are still people there, but I mean...
So I don't know what's gonna happen next, but...
It's not because there are people there that Floki is gonna stay.
That was harsh.
Anyway.
Oh gosh.
And Aelfred
maybe just as rushed with Aethelred, yeah.
Still more pain, still more, you know, suffering there. And Judith, I did not expect her to tell the truth to Aelfred, but I'm actually happy she did, because now Aelfred knows all the facts. He doesn't seem to be doing anything, but I wish he could, you know, do what his mom said, leave all feelings aside and act like a king. His mom thought she was doing something for the good of the kingdom and for the good of her son, but she did murder someone, and she did went against her king's orders. So, by all means, she should be arrested.
Yeah,
maybe not killed, but arrested.
She's his mom, and he's a mama's boy.
I definitely know that. That's why I feel bad for Aelfred, because he's the true victim here.
And I don't know for you, but I think that there might be a problem with Judith right now.
She looked... I don't know what happened, but she looked at her chest weirdly, so...
I think she might have a tumor or something.
Cancer? Breast cancer? That's a thing. That was a thing back then, you know? So... She looked at something, and I thought I saw something black here, yeah. But it could have been a pendant or something, but there were no chains. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. It's funny because she's saying, like, God forgive me, I killed one son to save the other. Like, she's trying to justify what she did so much. But if she is suffering from something, she might see that as punishment for killing her son. That's going to be... we'll see. But I wish Aelfred would do something, like, not just let that be. Because that entire speech of, you know, you're a king, you're not a normal person, it's... Okay. Technically, it's true. We don't live in this era, so we can genuinely just sit here and watch this and be like, well, kings were human too, you know?
Even with the royals of today, basically, it's true that they do not live in the same universe as we do, technically.
Yeah.
And I do understand that they need to appear a certain way to this people high. I can understand that. But
Yeah.
for God's sakes, let him be himself when he's behind closed
but
door,
I think maybe her speech was more about the fact that Aelfred is feeling sad and betrayed, and she's like, again, still trying to justify why she did it. She's like, you're a king. You should not let your feelings get in the way of your decisions. And your brother was an enemy, so as king, you're no longer his brother. You're king, and you are, you need to protect yourself. So she's basically saying that he needs to stop acting like a normal human being and start acting like a king. See that what she did was the right thing for the right reasons, But
so that's gonna apply to her. He's a king. You're not his mama anymore. You can do whatever the hell you want with you.
because I kind of agree that as king you need to leave your feelings aside, sort of. Yeah. But at the same time, like we've seen gentle kings, merciful kings, people who use their feelings to make the right decisions and be great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it depends on how you let your feelings affect your decisions. Like, if you don't arrest someone because you love that person, well, then your feelings are getting in the way of you making the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, like I said, Judith should be arrested even though she's his mom. Because what she did was murder. No matter the reasons, it's not up to her. When she was giving her speech, I felt like she was truly speaking about what she did, which was leave her feelings aside to kill her son and do the right thing. But she is not a queen. But the way she acts, I feel like she thinks she is, I said last episode.
Aethelred's wife said it best. You're the one in charge here.
Yeah.
Basically.
Last episode I was saying that Aelfred is king, but truly Judith is the one in charge. Because he listens to his mom. So, and she's losing it a little bit, and she's starting to make decisions on her own, which it's fine. You can think for yourself. You can, say your opinion and stuff, but if you truly want your son to be king and make the decisions he should be making, then you can't act on your own, because that puts you in the traitor field, just like the son you murdered.
Oh my goodness. I love her comment with Thorvi. How can you say that? How can you be so sure of that? Like,
I have a tendency to say the truth.
Do that Thorvi fights maybe with or against the Dane? She knows what she's talking about.
Oh, they're Vikings, so
yeah, they're Vikings.
I mean, they know them more than Aelfred and Judith ever will. They have a lifetime of experience fighting Vikings or fighting with Vikings. So,
True.
And the thing is, against Aelfred. Against Harold, Aelfred was at the head of the army, but the plan was Ubbe's. He came up with the fire thing, and he's the one who brought up the French weapons.
And if we remember correctly, the same thing happened when Rollo became the head of the army for the Franks.
Exactly.
They won against Ragnar.
Yep. So, I like where Ubbe is going. It seems like a lifetime ago that Ubbe didn't know what to do, and he was pushed aside a lot by everyone. And now he's actually at the head of... He possesses lands, like his father wanted. He's pursuing Ragnar's dream. He's friends with the king of England, technically, England. Well, yeah, he's king of all England, right?
Of all Wessex.
Well, Wessex, Mercia, and like all the lands kind of meshed together.
Maybe not all.
Not all of it, but a good part of it, right?
Yeah, I think he's king of all England.
He's king of England. We can say that. So, kinda. And so he's friends with that guy. He's intimate. He's intimate to all the plans and the secrets, and he's being told when stuff happens. So he's in a good place. I feel like Ubbe right now is the brother that is doing the most good. And speaking of,
what do you think Hvitserk plans to do that is so dangerous?
It sounds like he wants to go after Ivar. It sounds like he wants to do that. The thing is, if he's been learning about Buddhism is something like... I don't know as much about Buddhism as I used to, because I forgot a lot of stuff I revisited when we were in first year of high school. We visited the Chinese part of town here, and part of the visit was to learn about Buddhism. You know, we met with people who followed that way of thinking, and I kind of forgot everything I learned about it. But it's so different. It's a gentle way of life. You know, it's about true peace of mind and stuff. So if he's been following that path, or at least if he's been thinking about following that path, murdering his brother might not be his plan. But why is it dangerous then?
Maybe not.
Why is it dangerous?
Don't know.
I don't know. He's got a plan, that's all I can say. And Ivar, like, he's always had that seed of, I want to say craziness, but it's not craziness, ruthlessness. And now he's been, you know, he's been told that he's a god. He's been told that he's this amazing guy who can do whatever he wants. And he truly believes it. So that's why I'm thinking she created a beast. But that beast could get loose and do whatever he wants.
I wouldn't say that she created the beast. The beast was always there, but she fed him.
She fed him. Okay, yeah. Let's say
she
like
fed
that.
him and trained him to be...
She made it bigger.
Like
she made him bigger than he used to be.
Like a circus show, I could say.
Yeah, she put ideas in his head. And the thing is, with Ivar, just Ivar, like if we don't think about anyone else, it gave him a boost of confidence, for sure. Because he needed to feel good about himself because he kept pushing himself down because of his handicap. So he kept thinking that his brothers, you know, were against him and never really thought of him as an equal. So what she did for him was give him strength in this way, you know. Now he thinks he's just as tall as everyone else. He thinks he's bigger than everyone else. He thinks he's good, you know. What he doesn't have is the love of his brothers. That's been confirmed in this episode still. Like, he doesn't think his brothers are on his side ever. He doesn't, even the only brother who is actually on his side right now, he's like, he doesn't love me and he will never love me,
but
you know?
I think that in a way, Hvitserk might love his brother, but he's just really fed up with his crazy, but not crazy, but delusions right now.
You said it best. Ivar doesn't know love. He doesn't know how to give it. He doesn't know how to receive it. He doesn't know how to recognize it. So with Hvitserk, he did everything wrong, you know? He wanted his brother's love, but he did everything wrong to get it.
I said first that he didn't know love, but as his mother loved him, but she was smothering him a lot.
Her love was love, but it was wrong, you know? She mothered him so much, never said no to him. It's not the right type of love. It's like obsession almost, because he was the son that truly belonged to her. So it was possessiveness more than actual love. Love is also teaching you when you're wrong, you know? It's telling you when you're making the wrong decisions. It's telling you how to be a good person. She wanted to model him to be as different as possible from what Ragnar wanted, which was, you know, be a true Viking and have no kindness for Christians and no, you know, open-mindedness like his dad. So I don't think Haslog's love was love. It just wasn't the right type of love.
The way that we said it, though, I think that it's kind of the same but different from Aslog's love to Ivar and Judith's love to Aelfred.
Yeah, I came to that. Yeah, too.
It's so similar but yet different at the same time, you know?
It's just that, I mean, Aelfred is turning out differently than Ivar.
Yeah, but it was technically taught by Egbert.
He was taught by Egbert, yeah.
You know? Ivar got Floki and Aslog.
Well, it's just different.
It's not the same.
It's different because Aslog really wanted to raise Ivar as the perfect Viking, whereas Judith and Egbert wanted to raise Aelfred as the perfect king / Christian, kind of.
No, perfect king.
Yeah,
that would be it. Perfect king.
Okay, we'll say just king because they were more about that than religion. It's not religion for them. And you know, Ivar, part of being a Viking is to be, you know, to really believe in the gods, but can we really call him religious now when he thinks he's a god himself? Yes, but it's different from worshipping the gods. He's worshipping himself, you know? So there's no fear, there's no, you can say that religion exists. What?
I said people tend to do that, worshipping themselves. That's called narcissism.
I know. But, you know, religion, I'll just talk about Christianism, but Christianism was used in history to control society, to control the people. If you fear God, you act a certain way. You know, it's to, if you fear hell, you're going to make the right things because otherwise you're going to go to hell. So religion was used to basically show the people how to act in life. We could go more than that and talk about control, but that goes down to the churches, that goes down to who control that.
There's always a good and bad side to religion,
exactly.
So let's just say that's
exactly. But religion could actually, you know, come down to just being a way of life. You know, it's to show you what to do. Ivar is going beyond that because he's no longer looking at the gods as, you know, these all-powerful beings, because he sees himself as a god.
Yeah.
So his religion is not showing him how to act anymore. He wants to use that to control his people.
Well, like he said, he's gonna make new rules now.
Which, that scares me, actually, because I'm not kidding, like, every time I saw his flags, I had a kind of Nazi Germany feel, because of the color of the flags, because of how they were made, maybe, I don't know, but that's the feelings these gave me. And now he's giving a speech about how he's gonna no longer have everyone vote for what's going on, and if you hear about someone who doesn't like him, you should tell on them. Like, that's control.
Everyone can be an enemy, a brother, a neighbor, a son. That's the first step for having
dictatorship.
Dictatorship. And I mean, how strong can your kingdom can be if your own people distrust each other, you know? If you couldn't have faith and trust with your neighbor,
it's not so much distrust.
In a kingdom, you know?
It's not so much distrust between them as much as it is fear of Ivar. And that's the thing. That's where maybe his wife's plans go separate from his future, because she gave him the idea that he was all-powerful and that he was a god, but who he used to be is taking this and turning him into someone we fear instead of someone we love.
Yeah.
You know? So it's interesting to see where this is going, and I don't know what Hvitserk has in mind, but we'll see.
But for me, I do believe that a king that is loved by his people is stronger than one that is feared by his own people.
I mean,
you know?
we've seen many...
because at the end, who's going to be loyal to you if you need them, right?
Fear works, but love lasts, I think. It's wrong, sorry. Love can be broken pretty easily, but I don't know, maybe it's because we don't like...
If you're, as a ruler, you need to have, yes, I think maybe you need to have a certain respect and a certain amount of fear from your people, but mostly love and loyalty. Just like what was the name again of Rollo's wife? I forgot her name. It's been a long time since I've seen her.
Yeah.
Grisla, I think her name was.
No.
The Bear Princess. I'm gonna call her
Bjorn's kid.
No, the Bear Princess.
Oh wait, okay, okay. So I thought you meant the first one.
No, Gisla. So Gisla, when she went on the battle, on the tower during the battle, she was loved. She inspired people to keep fighting and
what I meant by that, by love,
push back the Vikings.
Yeah, but love. Think about it. Love is great, but the second you do something that they don't love, love can turn into hate. Pretty fast. Look at Aethelred. Loved his brother, but when his brother started making decisions that didn't agree with them, he started thinking about overthrowing him. Whereas fear, you love or you hate the guy, it doesn't matter. You're not
No.
gonna go against him. That's why I
No.
think many rulers have gone with fear.
But I mean, if the people got a chance to get rid of a king that they fear and that they hate, they're gonna do it.
Depends on how much they
They're
fear
gonna
him.
do it.
Depends on how much they fear him. And it's not because you fear someone's power that you don't love him. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people who love Ivar in his gang. It's just
yeah,
that...
that's called brainwashing.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm
Come
just
on.
saying, like, I do agree that I prefer a ruler who's loved than a ruler who's feared. It's just that I can see why in history there has been many rulers who chose fear over love. It's true though that, I mean, if you hate the person and you fear that person and that's why you don't rebel and you are given, you know, a chance to get rid of that king, well, I mean, yeah, definitely. But
So harsh to be king and queen.
it's
You need to be just, merciful, loved, fear, respect, strong. All at the same time. No rest. No rest.
I feel like that's why it's so
No wonder
difficult.
no wonder Aelfred is sick.
I feel that's why it's so difficult to not analyze but discuss these problems and these situations, because first of all, we don't live in this era, so we never had to make decisions like this. We never had to live in this situation. And at the same time, you're like, you can understand both sides so much. So when everything is so gray that it's difficult to have an opinion on what's going on. Because you can say you like this character, but then that character is going to do something shitty, and you're like, yes, but at the same time, why? Anyway.
Why? You know?
Okay, so we've got a lot of plotting, we've got a lot of characters with their own agendas again, and many battles in sight. So I'm excited for the following episodes.
Yeah, we're almost done with the part 2 of season 5.
Yes.
Then it's gonna be season 6 part 1, and then we're gonna wait for part 2.
I feel better with this episode actually, because the last one kind of let me down a little bit. I don't know why, like it might have been because of what Judith did, might have been because I don't know.
But if we're alright and she's sick, she might die and get what she deserves.
Everyone dies.
Can
in
I
this
say
show.
that?
Everyone
Can I
fucking
say that
dies.
she deserves to die?
I think she does deserve. Eventually, she's gonna
That's
have
harsh.
to face the consequences. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it's gonna be on Patreon soon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then.
Bye.
Bye guys.